Hello, let's get started with our standing roll down. So stand with your feet hip to shoulder width apart, tuck that pelvis under, and brace that core. Bring your chin down, roll one vertebrae at the spine down at a time, bend those knees, fold over, get a good stretch, roll it up, and then at the top, open those arms out to the side, chest expansion, roll down again. One vertebrae at a time, get a nice stretch at the bottom, and pull that spine up, open that chest out, arms out. Deep breath in at the top, roll it down. Let's do that again. Fold over and round that spine on the way up. Open those arms out to the side, get a good chest stretch. And last one, roll it down all the way down as much as you can. Pull it back up. And at the top, open those arms way out to the sides and back. Great job. All right, now side stirs. Get a good stretch in that side and stir that arm on the bottom. Little circles in one direction. And now let's reverse them. Brace that core. Dig the heels into the floor. Let's go to the other side. Reach over, little stirs with your arm in one direction. And now reverse the direction. Back up to top. Keep that rib cage pulled in. Let's do torso rotations. Reach wall to wall, window to window. Keeping that pelvis tucked under and core nice and tight. Now let's get ready for more torso rotations. Have your feet hip to shoulder width apart, and then tuck that pelvis under. Have your arms at your sides, and then rotate at your waist. Don't get your hips involved. And then just go side to side. So the only thing that's moving is your waist and your arms. Your hips are gonna stay pointed straight ahead with your abs active. And I'll bring arms overhead. Let's get a hinge stretch. Reach out forward, get a good stretch. Pulse 2 and up. And reach forward, hinge at the hips. Pulse 2 and up. Keep those abs in tight. Reach long forward, reach. Pulse. Reach it all the way up, nice and tall. Let's do another. And pulse. And reach all the way up. Great job. Now let's stand with our feet hip to shoulder width apart, a little wider actually this time. We're gonna hinge forward. We're gonna get a nice stretch in the hamstrings and activate those legs. Bend your knees and straighten those legs. Keep those abs in tight. Drop your butt down as low as you can and then raise it up back into a stretch. And now let's windmill our arms. Reach one arm up towards the ceiling. Twist. Reach up towards the ceiling. One hand to the floor, one hand to the ceiling. Keep it going. Don't forget about that core. Nice job. Okay, let's walk it back to a down dog. So heels back towards the floor, hands a little bit forward in front of your shoulders. Drop your chest down. Get a nice deep stretch in those hamstrings. And now let's tuck that pelvis under. Bring it forward to a plank. Make sure your shoulders are gonna hover over those wrists. Tuck that pelvis under, wave it forward. Plank position, and then hike those hips up, bring it back to down dog. Feel like you get an even deeper stretch each movement, and don't forget to brace that core, pull that rib cage in, especially when you come forward for that plank. Good. Bring those hips back. Tuck that pelvis under, bring it forward to a plank. Abs nice and tight. Back to down dog. Now let's stretch. Bring your opposite arm to opposite foot. In this down dog position, reach Reach your opposite hand to opposite ankle. Keep those abs in tight. Reach and reach and reach. Stay strong, reach. Last one. Great job. Now we're gonna do some shoulder elevation and depressions in this position. So you're just going to press out of those shoulder blades and bring them back in. So shoulders out of their sockets and pull them back in. So a very slight movement at the shoulder. Press those shoulders away from your ears and then drag those shoulders back into those sockets. Just a really small movement here. Great job. All right, so now let's get ready for our next one. Staying in this quadruped position, cat-cow. Round your spine and now arch your back. Tuck that pelvis under, round the back, look into your belly button. And now untuck the pelvis, arch the back, look up towards the ceiling. Keep it going. Move the hips first, eyes are last. Tuck that pelvis under, around the spine, look into your belly button, and untuck the pelvis, arch the back, look up. Keep it going. Good, brace that core. Around the back, look into your belly button, and untuck that pelvis. Get a good stretch in that spine. This is especially good for the morning. Okay, so now let's move into our bear hold. So you're going to just elevate those knees off the floor, tuck those toes under. We're going to alternate lifting. Lift up one hand, then the other, then lift one foot, and then the other. So just one limb lift at a time. Keep that core braced. Lift, 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 and lift. Keep that core braced, rib cage in. Good, lift the hand, hand, foot, foot, you can do it. Good job. Sit back into a child's pose and stretch. Now let's get to our quadruped circles. Wake that spine up even more. Stay in this all fours position. And you're gonna sit back, roll to the side, forward, other side, and back. Clockwise and counterclockwise circles with your whole body. Keep that core in tight. Just circle it back and forth. Keep moving. Make sure you're pulling that rib cage in. Circle it around. Make sure you sit all the way back and then reach out to the side. Hips forward, hips to the side and back, and stretch. So now we're going to be moving into our hip flexor rotation. So bring one foot forward, tuck the pelvis under. And then now with your arms out to the side, parallel to the ground, you're going to rotate at the waist and then bring your hand towards the floor as best as you can, reaching that other arm up to the ceiling. Keep that rib cage pulled in, hinge. There you go. And rotate back. If you need to place a block or something on the floor, if you cannot reach the floor, that's okay too. It'll still give you a really good stretch. Rotate at the waist, hinge at the hips, reach that floor. Don't lose that core control. Let's switch legs. Tuck the pelvis under, arms out to the side, parallel to the floor. Now rotate towards that knee that's in front, hand to the floor, and then back around. Keep going. Twist, hinge. Good. Core is nice and tight. Just feel that waist lengthen every time you twist and reach. And this is great for those front of the hips. Get super tight when we sit all day. Good, good, good. Nice job. All right, so let's sit on our butts. Let's get ready for some half roll downs. Have your feet in front. Hold the back of your knees. Sit up nice and tall. Deep breath in. Exhale, tuck your pelvis under, roll it back. Deep breath in at the bottom. Exhale, roll it up. Keep that core engaged. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll it up. Sit up nice and tall. Exhale, roll it down. Inhale at the bottom. Roll it up. Good, good, good. Keep it going. Keep that core nice and tight. Sit up nice and tall. Let's do some twists next. Have your arms out in front. Rotate as you hinge down and bring it back up. Rotate, bring one arm down to the floor and back up. Lean back. Abs nice and tight. Make sure that pelvis is tucked under. It's very important for that back. Keep it going and twist and twist. Almost there. And now we're gonna brush circles around, around. Keep it going, stay down there. Brace that core, brush and up. Other side, let's brush those circles around. Big sweeping circles. Keep that core tight. One more. And great job. Let's do those again. So let's go back to those twists. Reach and up. Hinge back, reach and up. Keep going. Really trying to work that core today. Tuck that pelvis under. If it's hurting your back, don't go down as low. Rotate, open your chest out to one side and up. Other side and up. Keep going. Now let's hold it out for those circles. Brush. Brush it across. Make huge circles. One more. Good. And other side. Big, huge circles. 2, 3, 4, and back up. Nice job. All right, so now we're gonna be holding in a boat pose. So try to balance as best as you can onto your butt. You can have your hands behind you or have them right out in front of you as you lift your feet off the floor. Hold it right here. Dig deep into that core. Like I said, you can have your hands to the floor if you need it, but try to balance here. Focus on something in front of you. Brace those abs, almost. Now let's get ready to tap our toes down one at a time. Alternate. There you go. Keeping that core nice and tight. Stay balanced if you can. If you need to place your hands to the floor, do that. Keep alternating. Almost there. Just a little bit more. Brace that core. Nice job. Okay, now let's get ready for that boat hold again. Lift those feet off the floor. Dig deep into that core. Stretch those arms out in front of you and balance. Like I said, focus on something in front of you. Have that one focal point. It's going to help hold this position longer. And of course, we are going to do those toe tap downs again, so get ready. Brace that core, pull it in, and tap, tap, tap those toes down one at a time. Stay strong, you guys. Trying to keep those core muscles nice and tight and strong. So when we go back to the gym, it'll be like you never left. Nice. Great job. Now let's lay on our backs. For supine leg raises, bend one knee, straighten the other leg, and then lift that leg straight up. Keep that core nice and tight. Keep that belly button to the floor. Lift, lift, brace those abs. Lift, lift, Keep going. And now we're gonna turn those toes out. Keep lifting. So now we're getting that inner thigh, external rotation. Keep it going. Lift, lift. Keep those abs in tight. Now let's do internal rotation. Turn those toes in and keep lifting. Keep that leg nice and straight. Muscles are active. Keep that core tight and let's switch sides. Stretch that other leg out and just have it facing neutral. Lift and lift, lift, lift. Core is nice and tight. Pull that rib cage in. And now let's do external rotation. Turn those toes out. Lift. Keep that leg nice and strong. Pull from those lower abs. That's how you're going to lift that leg up. Keep it going. Almost done here, guys. Now internal rotation. Toes are in. Keep lifting. You can do this. Stay strong. Pull that belly button in. Lower back stays flat to the floor. Lift, lift, and relax. Okay, let's do the series again. Other side, lift, lift. Really squeeze those muscles of the leg nice and tight. Your leg is going to be as straight as ever. Keep that belly button pulled in. Now external rotation. Keep it going, you guys. You gotta get those nice summer legs. Well, we're well into summer, but you know, it helps. Lift, lift. Keep that leg straight. Now internal rotation. These really get the muscles by the groin. We rarely do internal rotation exercises in just life, so these are really important to do. Other side. Now leg is neutral and straight legs. Keep those quads, all your thigh muscles activated. Lift from the core. You can do this. Now, external rotation, turn those toes out, keep lifting. Keep those muscles nice and strong. Pull that rib cage in towards the floor. Lift, lift, and now internal rotation, last one of this series. Lift, you can do it. Keep it going and just rotate it inward as much as you can. Don't force it. It has to rotate at the hip. Lift, almost done. And relax. Now, if you have a yoga block or a pillow, place it between your knees. We're gonna do some hip twists here. This is great for your spine. Squeeze your knees together and have your arms just 45-degree angle out to the side, and then keeping your feet on the floor, rotate your knees side to side. Keep those shoulders and feet onto the floor. Your back might crack a little bit with this and it'll feel nice. Now bring your legs up to a 90-degree angle and bring your arms a little bit up more and twist side to side. You may not be able to go as far. I want you to have more ab control with this one. Just do the best that you can, keeping that core tight. Now bring your arms in line with your shoulder, and now drop your knees towards the floor, getting a good stretch. Drop those knees to the other side of the floor. Look over your opposite shoulder. So we're strengthening and stretching the spine with this little series. Get a good stretch. Nice. Relax for a second. Okay. And now we're gonna Turn the yoga block wider or grab another pillow so you have a little more space between the knees. Let's do hip bridges. Tuck your pelvis under, roll that spine up, squeeze, lower it down one vertebrae at a time. Tuck that pelvis under, squeeze your butt, lift, and lower one vertebrae at a time. Keep it going. Don't forget to squeeze those knees together. We don't want that yoga block to fall, or pillows, whatever you have available to you. Now let's hold it up here and pulse those hips up. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Squeeze those knees together. Keep it going. Squeeze your butt. Pulse it up, and lower it down. Great job. Take the yoga block out. We won't need that right now. Let's get ready for single leg glute bridges. Tuck your pelvis under, lift one leg straight up, lower it down. Tuck that pelvis under, lift those hips up and lower straight down. Keep that top leg straight to the ceiling. Abs nice and tight, lift and lower. Now switch legs. The other leg is straight up, squeeze that glute. Keep it going, lift. Do the best you can. Don't worry about how high you go. As long as you're keeping your core tight, pelvis is tucked under, butt squeezed, you're all good. Nice. And good. Nice job. Now let's go to the other side again. We're going to do single leg glute hip bridge, leg raises. Lower, lift, lower, lift. Squeeze your butt. Keep those hips up nice and high. You can do it. Abs are braced. Lift, lift, and lower. Other side, tuck your pelvis under, lift that leg straight up. And now let's lower, lift, lift, squeeze your butt. Rib cage pulled in, abs are nice and tight. Stay strong. Lift, 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 almost, and lower. Great job. Hug those knees in. Let's circle them around, getting a good stretch, because we're about to do the series over again. Now get ready with your yoga block. The long ways, or the widthwise. Tuck those pelvis under. Lift those hips up nice and high, and lower it down. Tuck your pelvis under, squeeze your butt, lift those hips up, squeeze those knees together, and lower it down. Keep it going. All right, and get ready for those hip pulses. Tuck that pelvis under, squeeze your butt, lift up nice and high, and let's pulse. Squeeze those knees together, pulse those hips up, 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 up. Keep it going, squeeze your butt. Squeeze those knees together. You got it. Lower it down one vertebrae at a time. Okay, let's get ready for single leg hip bridges. So have one leg straight up to the ceiling. Other foot planted to the floor. Tuck that pelvis under. Squeeze your butt. Send that foot straight up and then lower it down. Tuck your pelvis under. Lift and lower. Peel that spine off of the mat. Up and down. You got this. Lift and lower. Other side. Tuck your pelvis under. Lift. Squeeze your butt. Lift and lower. 2 more. Tuck your pelvis under. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Great. Let's do those leg raises in those single glute hip bridge. Hold, lower and lift that leg. Keep your hips up. Squeeze your butt. Keep lifting. Up, 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 and relax. Other side, tuck your pelvis under. Lift that hip up and lower and lift the leg. Keep it going. Lift and lift and lift, 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 and lower. Let's hug your knees in, get a good stretch again. Knee circles, circle it around, get a good stretch in your back and your glutes. Great. Now let's lay on our stomachs, grab your yoga block, stretch your arms and legs out in front of you, hands on the yoga block. Let's do some Supermans, lift and lower. So squeeze the yoga block with long fingertips or your pillow. Lift and lower, lift and lower. All those back muscles are engaged. Squeeze your glutes too as you lift up. Keep going, lift, lift. You're strong, you can do this. Soon we're gonna hold it up and then lower and lift those arms. Only keep your legs extended behind you. Lift and lower the arms, you can do it. Squeeze those back muscles. A little bit more. And relax. Great job. Okay, so now let's bring our hands behind our head, elbows out to the side, squeeze your back muscles, lift those elbows up only. Squeeze back, lift those elbows up. So we're just using tiny little muscles in your back to help raise these elbows up. Keep the rest of your body engaged. Core is tight still, even though we're laying down. Lift and lower. And then next, after a few of these, we're gonna lift your head up and pulse 2. And lift. Now lift your head and pulse it up. 2, 3. Keep it going. Abs nice and tight. Squeeze those back muscles, pin those elbows back. Almost, and relax. Now we're gonna bring your hands behind your lower back. Drop your elbows down as much as you can and squeeze, lift those elbows up. Squeeze your back muscles. This might feel a little bit tougher to do, and you might find that your shoulders are not as flexible and it's not easy to reach your elbows to the floor, but that's okay. So we're also going to lift up in a few. Squeeze back. Keep it going. Squeeze back. Really try to pinch those shoulder blades back and together. And lift your head and lower. We're gonna lift and lower everything and down. Lift those elbows, lift your head. Try to lift that chest off the floor. Squeeze back. You can do it. Lift and lift. Lift. You got it. And relax. Now we're gonna move into our mini swans. Have your arms just outside of your shoulder width apart. And relax those legs, squeeze those shoulder blades back, slide those shoulders into your back as you lift your head, lift your chest off the floor, and relax down. So we're retracting those shoulders back, lifting your head and lowering. Squeeze your glutes, keep your legs straight, keep those arms straight too in this. So just moving at the shoulder and then your core to help you lift up. It's okay if you don't lift as far off the floor. I think I'm getting just a couple inches off the floor, if that. Keep it going. Almost there. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. Lift. And relax. Great job. All right, let's do that again with our yoga block. So have your hands out in front holding a yoga block. Lift your whole body and lower. Let's get these Supermans. Squeeze those glutes. Lift up. Keep that body, neck in alignment. Squeeze all those muscles behind you. Lift and lower. Lift, lower. You got it. And remember that move that we're going to do in a bit, where you lower and lift those arms. Get ready for it. Here it is. Lower, lift those arms. Keep going. Keep those back muscles active. Arms are tight. Arms are straight. Squeeze those legs behind you. Lower, lift. Almost. You can do it. There you go. Okay, so now let's get to having your hands behind your head. Let's do those elbow raises again. These are butterfly lifts. And I guess you could kind of see why, lifting those elbows, kind of little butterfly wings. And they're working on your butterfly wings. And all those posture muscles behind you. There you go. Lift. Keep going. Squeeze your back. Lift those elbows up. And remember, we're going to get to pulses in a second. Squeeze back. And lift your head and pulse it up. 2, 3. Keep it going. Lift, 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 lift. You got it. Keep going. Nice. Now let's bring your hands to your lower back. And lift those elbows up. Squeeze behind you. Squeeze those elbows up. Squeeze those shoulder blades back and together. You got it. And squeeze. Lift. And lift. You got this. And remember, in a second, we're going to lift our head along with those elbows. Keep going. And lift. And lift. And lift. Lift. You got this. Lift. Lift. Keep that core engaged. Lift. Lift. Nice job. And relax. Now let's do our swans again. These are just going to be great for your overall posture. Have your hands just outside of your shoulders. Slide those arms back and lift your head, lift your chest. Drag those shoulder blades down into your back. Good, nice job. Keep it going. Squeeze back, lift, lift. Draw those shoulder blades into your back, lift it up. This is going to help your posture, especially if you're on your phone or on the computer, lots of meetings. Lately, we get that hunch kind of posture, so this kind of helps awaken and strengthen everything in the back. Keep it going. Really draw those shoulder blades into your back. Keep those arms straight. Great job. Let's stretch it out, get into a child's pose, and really drop your chest down so you stretch those lats that we just worked. Great job. Now we're going to do shoulder elevation and depressions in this quadruped position. So you're going to press your chest through your shoulders and then return back to a neutral stance. So shoulders into your sockets and then press them out of your sockets. Still working really, really tiny muscle groups here that are very important. Keep it going, press. And then we're going to go into Pilates push-ups. So drop your chest down in between your hands or just over your hands. Keep it going. Keep that rib cage in. Press. Keep those elbows tucked in at your sides. You can do it. Nice. All right, let's do those shoulder depressions again. So out of your shoulder sockets, so press the shoulders out of their sockets and then bring it right back into their sockets. So we're working those really tiny shoulder muscles. Keep it going. Press it out of your sockets and in. I know this is a really tiny move, but it's very helpful. And now let's go into our Pilates push-ups. Pull your elbows into your sides and then drop your chest down. Keep your hips up on this one. Squeeze those arms all the way straight. We're almost done here. Home stretch. There you go. And relax. Now's the fun part. It's mermaid time. So sit in cheerleader sit. So have your left shin over to the side, right shin is in front. Slide your right arm out and reach your left arm up and over. And slide it back up. Counter stretch. Keep that core nice and tight. Slide it out. Stretch. Slide it back up. Counter stretch. Keep both hips on the ground if possible. Do the best that you can. This is great for those sides and your hips. It helps open them up, especially we tend to be really, really tight in our hips. Good. Last one. Counter stretch. Yay. Let's switch sides. So now your right leg is off to the side, left shin is in front. Slide your left arm out, reach your right arm up and over. Keeping hips down, slide it up, counter stretch. Slide it out, reach, up, counter stretch. Almost there. And up. One more. Slide it out. And counter stretch. Yay, you did it. Thank you for joining me.